an American soldier's funeral. I wanted to share this with all of you who support our nation and our military. What follows is a message from Vicki Pierce about her nephew James's funeral. He was serving our country in Iraq. I'm back. It was a quick trip, but I also have to say it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. There is a lot to be said for growing up in a small town in Texas. The service itself was impressive, with wonderful flowers and sprays, a portrait of James, his uniform and his awards and ribbons, his boots. There were lots of military brass and an inappropriately long-winded Baptist preacher. There were easily 1,000 people at the service, filling the church sanctuary as well as a fellowship hall and spilling out into the parking lot. However, the most incredible thing was what happened following the service on the way to the cemetery. We went to our cars and drove to the cemetery, escorted by at least 10 police cars with lights flashing and some other emergency vehicles, with Texas Rangers handling the traffic. Everyone on the road who was not in the procession pulled over, got out of their cars, and stood silently and respectfully. And some put their hands over their hearts. Some had small flags. Shopkeepers came outside with their customers and did the same thing. Construction workers stopped their work, got off their equipment, put their hands over their hearts too. There was no noise whatsoever, except a few birds and the quiet hum of cars going slowly up the road. When we turned off the highway, suddenly there were teenage boys along both sides of the street, about every 20 feet or so, all holding large American flags on long flagpoles, and again with their right hand on their heart. We thought at first it was the Boy Scouts or 4F Club or something, but it continued for 2.5 miles. Hundreds of young people standing silently on the side of the road with flags. At one point, we passed an elementary school, and all the children were outside, shoulder to shoulder, holding flags. Kindergartners, handicapped, teachers, staff, everyone. Some held signs of love and support. Then came teenage girls and younger boys, all holding flags. Then adults. Then families, all standing silently on the side of the road. No one spoke, not even the very young children. The last few turns found people crowded together, holding flags or with their hands on their hearts. Some were on horseback. The military presence, at least 2 generals, a fistful of colonels, representatives from every branch of the service, plus the color guard which attended James, and some who had served with him. It was very impressive and respectful. But the love and pride from this community who had lost one of their own was the most amazing thing I've ever been privileged to witness. I've attached some pictures. Some are blurry, we were moving, but you can get a small idea of what this was like. Thanks so much for all the prayers and support. And a tip of the hat to Andy Anderson of Army Security Agency Vets and to Veterans Against Corruption.
Find the cost of freedom buried in the ground. Mother Earth will swallow you. Lay your body down. Find buried in the ground. My